It is your boy, Al King, back on that again with another banger for y'all. Out here today, there, y'all, tonight. And y'all, I recently just saw the new How to Train Your Dragon live action remake last night. And boy, I ain't gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the experience. I like real talk. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I really did enjoy the experience, but at the same time, this is one of the biggest cash grabs I've ever seen in movie history. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I'm looking at this film and I'm just like, bro, this is straight copy and paste. Like, they didn't do anything significant, nothing special. I will say, when I first saw Toothless, I was worried, like, because I said this in my other videos. When I first saw that design, I was like, bro, in live action, it looks weird. Like, it looks kind of shitty in live action. But then when I watched it, I was like, okay, it had some moments where the CGI looked a little rough on Toothless, but then throughout the rest of the film, it actually looked pretty good. So I will give it that. But still, I wanted to see a more redesign of a lot of dragons. But they definitely got a lot of stuff spot on though. Like, I will say, like, it's certain stuff I was like, oh wow, they did a pretty good job on that. But in terms of the visuals, yeah, visuals was on point. But other than like the visuals, I mean, it was practically the exact same thing. I wish they would have went a more different route and would have just been like, would have told a more darker version. Especially, guys, look what all these other films are doing. Like, look at the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Could you imagine How to Train Your Dragon went down that type of route? Like, that would have been cool, especially because everybody loves How to Train Your Dragon and having a more darker tone to it. And also, this film should have been at least PG-13. Like, come on, you got, like, can I just see Night Fury go savage and just go wreck some Vikings? Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, I don't think nobody got deleted in this film, not one, except for the dragons. Oh yeah, well, just that one. But yeah, like, nobody like, come on, this is live action. Like, y'all couldn't have made this thing PG-13. Like y'all, like, it's DreamWorks and Universal. Like, come on, y'all, this film should at least been PG-13. It should have been better violence, and stuff like that. Like, it could have easily been a more ruthless film while still sticking to the source material. I think that would have been a lot better. But now let's talk about the characters. I ain't gonna lie, what's his name? Mason Thyme, I think that's how you say his name, or Thames. He actually did a pretty good job as on Hiccup. He definitely did a great job as Hiccup. You got Grenard Butler back as Stoic, killed it. Now I forget the other dude name who played Gobber, but I don't know. I just felt like he could have done better. And then on top of that, some of the castings, like on a dude that played Fish Legs, I mean, like, bro, y'all could at least dyed his hair blonde. And then on top of that, you got Rough Nut and what's it called? Rough Nut and Tough Nut. I call them Coke Nut and Meth Nut, because that's exactly what they look like. Coke Nut and Meth Nut. That's exactly what they was in the film as I was watching, man. Like, I don't know what this bootleg version was, but I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it's kind of entertaining. But and then you got I'll probably say Snot Loud. Yeah, he actually suited the his character. I will give him that. And they gave him his own. They went more in depth with his character. I will give him that. And then Astrid. Now, I'm not a fan of the whole race swaps and stuff like that, but I will say this actually worked because, for one, she's mixed race, she's black and white, and also she does have the facial structure of Astrid. But I'm not gonna get upset if people disagree and be like, yeah, we should have had a more accurate version. Totally agree, but I'm not upset with their choice. All they had to do was just literally straighten her hair. That's the cool thing, if you're like in a mixed race, like, if you straighten your hair and change the colors, like, you can blend in pretty dang on good, so she could have still pulled that off. I don't think nobody would have had no issue. But even with her hair just like that, and y'all cannot tell me she looked amazing. Astrid looked incredible. I mean, man, like, guys, I'm an actor myself, but I tell you, if I was A-list and she's single, oh, hey, I'll definitely be like, hey, excuse me, Miss Nico Parker, right over here, Al King, nice to meet you. Not a problem, for sure. But and plus, guys, this is me right here, so I think I got a good shot. But anyway, back to Astrid. Astrid actually killed it in this film. I think her performance was good, very, very great, and everything just flowed, just as normal as the original. It's just like it's so copy and paste. It's just like I can have both movies right here, and it's just like, okay, am I feeling a more realistic type of film, or am I just feeling the cartoon? Which both are good, but the cartoon is superior because, like, with the animation in terms of the expressions, it just works better, and certain dialogue, it just worked a lot better with the with the animation. But I will say there was definitely some heartfelt moments in this film with the live action ones. I forgot to say this earlier, but I really shouldn't have to say it, but spoilers. But at the end of the day, it's a copy and paste film, so that's why I'm not really stressing about spoiler alert. But excuse me, yeah, if you're already seen the original, the cartoon, it's literally the exact same. Excuse me, it's literally the exact same thing. Now they did cut out a couple parts. I think it's like 20 minutes shorter than the original, but yeah, like for what it was, I mean, yeah, like I had fun with it. It's literally just like this film basically just, I went to this thing just for nostalgia, because I'm Gen Z, I'm 25. And well, I actually know what, I'm an old head Gen Z at this point. So I went for it, as many of us did, for nostalgia. And just to feel like a kid again, when I think I was like 10 years old when this movie came out, 8 years old, and I was just like, man, seeing that, because I never got to see the original in theaters, I only saw it, when it came out on DVD and everything. But then, because I was one of those kids, I used to always just buy the DVDs. I was never really a big moviegoer like that, going out to the movies and stuff like that. But really into my teenage years, that's when I started to go out to the movies and stuff. Like when the Jurassic Worlds came out, that's when I wanted to go to the movie theaters. But at the time, I was just like, I'll wait till it come on DVD. Let me get it, watch it. That's how I used to do it growing up. But yeah, I never got to see the original in theaters. So for me, this was like my chance to see this movie low key again, but in theaters, but just the live action version. But yeah, if you enjoyed the first one, you'll like this one too. It's practically the same thing. It's just a slight downgrade, but other than that, it did everything you can exactly expect. Now, are we going to get sequels? I have no idea. If this thing does really good, most likely. But that's all I got to say, guys. It is your boy, Al King. Like and subscribe, share, and I'll be catching y'all on the next one.